Hello. Welcome to a new and improved episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. I'm your host, Nicky C, and we have a co-host today, but she's not just a co-host. She's also our new lead sponsor for Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. She is the CEO of Training You to Succeed, Carolyn Bobb-Green. Welcome today. How are you?
I am doing fabulous. So excited to be a part of this.
Yes, so excited to have you here. Usually I do the bio. You've been on our show before. We'll definitely put that link in so they can check out who you are, what you do, and how you serve. But I am super excited to have you join us on this journey. Let us know how this happened.
Well, the journey or how did we meet? No,
No, not how did we meet, because I think we talked about that last time, but the
so
journey
true.
of how did what sparked you to become a sponsor for Building a Leadership Mindset podcast?
Well, number one, I am very competitive. Ever since I was a little girl, I was like, I'm going to win. I'm going to be the best at something. And Nikki invited me onto a podcast, and I started looking at the intro and the sponsors at the bottom. And I'm like, are any of these girl CEOs? Are any of these lady sponsors? And immediately I ran to my mom and I'm like, I don't know how or what we have in our budget this year, but I want to promote something that is aligned to our vision and someone who supports me as well, who's always there, cheering me on, commenting, building ladies, and that's aligned to where we're going in our vision. And I want to be the queen bee. I want to be the queen bee sponsor. And I know some of you are out there like, oh yeah, she started something and I'm going to be a sponsor too. Yep. When you come in, I'm going to top you one up and I'm going to go up to the next level of sponsorship so that we can keep growing together. But that's what sparked me, is that I wanted to be the example that us as ladies, not only do we need to support each other just verbally and attending each other's events, but we need to sponsor each other's businesses and lift each other's arms up so that our business can help elevate the next business and we can grow together. So how can we say we're building leadership or ladies of leadership if we are not leading by example? And I wanted to lead by example and be one of the first lady sponsors, CEO sponsors of this podcast, because you're building ladies as well.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. You know, I fell in love with you in Tampa when I seen you judge at the Mike Story with Jesse and Desiree Cruz, and you just becoming our MC for the Warrior Women BALM Global Conference, and just seeing your heart, what you do, what your organization is about, you know, taking your DigiBoss course. And that's what we're talking about, supporting each other, seeing what they're doing, tapping in. And I learned so much. And I'm a student first, always and foremost. And I know you would love that because you're a teacher, you know, by trade, right? That's your career, that's your background. And what you're building is just so beautiful. And I just love how personal and delicate you are with those that you serve. It's truly bigger than what your mission is, right? It's truly bigger than you and who you are. I don't think I really ever see more of your name over what you do. And that's what I love. So I appreciate you for seeing the vision, joining this mission. But there's something that sparked this podcast, something that we're going to do for 2025. We're going to kind of switch it up a little bit. And you inspired me to do it, is to do more for our women, to really be able to utilize and our platform ourselves as a business owner, right? For so long, for about a year and a half, I've been interviewing other entrepreneurs. And though that won't stop, we still need to bring our voice to the forefront on what we're doing, how we're doing it. And I'm so happy and glad that you are a part of that. Yes, that is what lady bosses do, right? Let's get right in there. And the biggest thing that one of your biggest taglines that you say, and I can quote you, is "Be great." And that's what this is. This is the official launch series of Be Great, and what messages we're going to be able to bring to the world. And tell us about, what sparked that Be Great, and what is your vision for this? Okay.
Did it? Did it
You're
cut me?
good. Yeah, no worries.
Let's do this because we put it on silence, but let's put it on do not disturb because we have some. All right. So, lady boss issues, right?
Yes, and we are real and raw. This is the hot call, the honest, open, transparent. It will not be edited. It will not be taken away
Hey,
because
ladies, it
people
happens.
like. Yes, and I love it.
All right. So, what sparked Be Great? I talk a lot about greatness and my struggle to being great. You know, sometimes we look at greatness as, oh, like I need to do this or I need to do that. This is going to make me great. Instead of going within ourselves and looking at what's inside and really tapping into that. And that is truly walking in greatness. And so, in everything that I do, I try to make sure that a person walks away and say, that is great. That is the best thing that I have ever experienced. And when I decided to add that as a tagline, like my email, be great at carolynlynette.com, I decided that not only do I want to be great, I want to live in greatness, which means that I'm going to help other people to be the greatest person that they can be. And so a lot of times we struggle with that because of past issues or things that we've gone through. And we just keep saying, you know, I got set back or I had to take a step back or this happened to me. And we go through so many things that it kind of crushes our spirit inside. And I wanted everybody to know that no matter what you've gone through in your past, no matter what has happened to you, you can rise up and still be great because that greatness is not outside. It is built inside of you, and nobody can take that away from you. And so we've all been through it. We've all, you know, had our moments where we're on our knees crying, where we felt like the world was just crumbling in on us. And whenever you feel like that, or if you ever get to that point again, I want you to understand and hear my voice. You are great. You will be great. You just have to rise up and call it what it is and identify what's inside of you. And so that is what really pushed me to share with more people is that you are great and I am going to help you be great just being who you are. And we can't lose that.
No, not at all. That is what sparked my interest with this. Once you said I'm in, I'm all in. I want to be part of what you're doing, and I just thought about that tagline because that's something I say to our ladies. I say, if someone tells you you're great, believe them.
Mhm.
Believe them because you are. You possess everything that it takes. Everything is within you. Your struggles don't define you. And we have to use those gifts. We're all here for a purpose. We're all chasing that dream of just abundance, of joy, of just living a lifestyle where we can go and come as we please, as we're serving in the process. And in order for us to do that, we have to see what areas we need to be great in, right? That are for each of us. Um, I so what is your expectation on what type of information or what areas do you want to tap into as we move on through the series?
Oh my goodness. Geez. So much inside of me that I could just like put it out there. One, I want to really focus on tapping into who you are and your passion. Nikki said something, your struggles don't define you. And I actually say the opposite. I'm like, it defined me, but it didn't make me. And so
Mm,
it chiseled me out and it made me who I am today, but it is not who I am. And so
Mm.
those struggles, everything that I went through, I had to go through it in order to get to where I'm at today. So it's not who I am, but it did define me. It made every
Mm.
single curve, it made every single thought that goes through my mind. And I am so grateful for that. But the only way you're going to be grateful for your struggles and understand that it kind of made you who you are, it's not who you are, but it made you who you are, is by tapping into your passion. And so, in order to be great, we have to really understand who we are made to be. The second thing is, just because you know who you are and who you're made to be does not mean that you're doing the right thing with it. So I love to talk about purpose, making sure it's aligned to the right thing. If I spent all this talent teaching preschool children for the rest of my life, then so many entrepreneurs would not have the opportunity to listen to what I'm saying, learn from what I'm saying, and being a part of the overall growth that I'm trying to bring to the entrepreneur community. And the last thing that I love to share, and one of my biggest things that I talk about in every workshop that I do, is how can we take our passion and our purpose and align it to profit? Because you can, in order to be the greatest at what you are, you have to make money to be able to thrive and to be able to survive. And if you are doing what you love and you are out there really encouraging and finding the right people and pulling them in, you should be making money. And I want to make sure that the ladies that are a part of BALM Global is making enough money to be able to sponsor, to be able to help other entrepreneurs, to be able to support their communities, to take care of their families, to be able to take care of themselves, to go on vacation and live life. And if you are not having that, you're going to continue to struggle. And I want to make sure that I'm pouring into you and giving you that advice as well. So in order to be great, we have to identify our passion, align it to purpose, and then make a profit from it. And that's what I would love to share during this series.
Absolutely. Well, I am on board with that, which is super crazy. And it's probably not even crazy, but you probably don't even know. We actually have a passion to profit blueprint. That is our purpose for the community. So,
See,
and we didn't
no
even know.
idea.
Right. So I can't wait to tap into what we've already built with that. And we're going to bring greatness to our audience in 2025. It's just going to be absolutely amazing. My goal for Be Great is going into tapping into knowing yourself. What are your core values? What do you want people to know about you before you get in the room? And how do you set that up?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's so many areas in our life that we can be great in. We have superpowers on this
Mm-hmm.
side, but we need to have superpowers within each area. So we're going to talk about different topics: mindset,
Yes.
building. How do you build? What are you building towards? You know,
Where you going?
leadership. Yeah, where are we going? Where are we going? That
But do you
leadership.
know a lot of people don't even have a blueprint? They don't know where they're going. So it's like getting in the car and then saying, I'm going to go drive to Disneyland, or and then not even have a map, not even know the highways. And then even worse, you have the people that say that they want to get to Disneyland, but they don't have a map. But then you have some people that's just in the car that's like
Mm.
driving around the highway in a circle, don't even know where they're going. So
Yeah.
yes. Oh, I love that. I'm sorry. I had to just, that
No,
got me.
yes, no. It's amazing because these are the things we think about. Like we have all these desires and we think that we know where we're going, right? We say we know where we're going. And then when someone's asked, they're like, I don't know, how do I get there? And this is why we do what we do in our respective areas and the women that we serve and the communities that we're a part of, right?
Mhm.
Um, it's where you get your ideas, where the flows start coming in. But really, what I want to make sure that we get out is that it's possible. We are walking testimonies, and we will bring other walking testimonies right here to share on some panel discussions on some of our topics. So it's not just going to be myself and Caroline. We're gonna bring people that are walking the walk and talking the talk, because that's where we have to lead towards. And you know
Yeah.
what I love about entrepreneurship is that we can do whatever we want. If you say you want to have, if you say you want to sell pens, we're going to help you sell pens, right?
And show you 100 different ways you can sell them.
Yes. So many different things, so many different opportunities, possibilities. Let's just talk about some be great moments in, either, someone that you've witnessed step into that be great moment. And what was that one shift that it just took them to make a decision, and one for yourself as well. So give me one of your experiences and one of your clients, and I'll share mine.
Okay. So, one of my be great moments, I explained that I was working in the early childhood field for a long time and I own child care centers. And I began doing speaker competitions. That's how I got connected to the person that connected us together, right? And
Yes.
so I did one, I was a finalist in um, the greatest American speaker. I think the name of it is the Grant Cardone speaker competition. And in that moment, as I got on stage and I started to share my message, I started to see beyond where I was. I started to, as I was speaking to the crowd and sharing with them about being great and walking in greatness, at that moment, I was like, wait a minute, but are you walking in greatness? Are you doing what you're supposed to do? Or are you living in fear and in your comfort zone? And I found that I was supposed to go and build my school, but it wasn't supposed to be my stopping place. And I made it my stopping place for about 7 years. And I knew, I could feel it in my spirit that I was supposed to do more. I was supposed to reach business owners. I was supposed to reach more teachers. And in that moment, I decided to take my own advice that I was out there selling to people. And I sold my school and became the passionpreneur that I am today. So if I had not made that decision, I would not have met Nicky. If I had not made that decision, I would not have helped countless entrepreneurs walk in their passion and make money at it. So it was that moment, that pivot where I said, you know what? I'm going to be great and I'm going to be the person that God has put inside of me and I know is fighting to come out. I'm just going to trust it. And I haven't looked back yet. And that was a be great moment to make the decision to do exactly what I was saying and telling other people to do. With some of my clients, some of the moments that light bulb moments that I saw go off is that they have been doing what other people has told them to do their whole entire life. You know, your mom, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a nurse, you want to be a nurse, that you become programmed that that is who you are supposed to be. But then when we start tapping in their passion and going back to their childhood and breaking through some of those barriers, and they realize that they have a joy, a gift that has not been unwrapped. And then they go and unwrap that present like it was hiding under the Christmas tree the whole time. Then all of a sudden, I see them just take off. Their coaching businesses started to grow. Their digital products start to come out. And it starts to be real easy. It's not a struggle with, oh, I know I have to do it, but I really don't want to. They actually walk out ready to give. And when you're your authentic self, and you are really operating in your passion, oh my God, you will just pour into people. It is no longer a job. Like I can get on any stage and just go out there and just give my heart and leave everything out there, no matter what dollar sign is tied to that, because I love what I do. And when I watch other people glow and love what they do, the windows of heaven, the doors just start to open and everything that they need starts to flood in and pour into them. And I've watched that in my life and I've watched that in my clients' life as well.
Oh my goodness, that's so beautiful. I actually just experienced that same feeling this weekend. We celebrated the 2-year anniversary of Ladies of Leadership. We are still running strong and we're only just growing and taking over the world. When we said we were going global, we meant it. And that was a be great moment to see women just come out of their shells, out of their comfort zones. And not that they had many shells to begin with, right? Because we've been on this road for about 2 years. But to see them support each other, buy each other's books, sign each other's book, take those pictures. We had 2 women drive 12 hours from Canada to be in this room. We had 3 women drive from New York. It was absolutely amazing. And just the testimonies that they were sharing and how they were feeling throughout the day, I could do nothing but smile and just be so in gratitude that God has blessed me with this vision in my life. Like he
Yes.
laid that on me and I just have been obedient to that. But my be great moment was when I had a couple, right? In my book, I talk about my 3 biggest steps of courage. And the first one was leaving Chicago, my home state where I knew everyone.
Yes.
Um, you know, to come to Philadelphia, not knowing a soul, to really see what direction in life I wanted to go, to then apply for a company that I had no background, no history, get the position because they took a chance on me. They seen something bigger in me than I seen in myself. So when that happened to me, I said, I'm going to soak all this in. I'm going to learn everything I need to know. I'm going to grow here. I'm going to be a sponge. And I did that. And I was able to extract all that experience, all the good, the bad, and take it into this entrepreneurial journey. And the last step was leaving it. I thought they were going to have to drag me out of there, but leaving it and being able to build what I've built today.
So your
That
be great
was,
moments are all obedience.
yes, absolutely. That's it.
That's your be great obedience. Like to leave a home and go somewhere you don't know. That's obedience.
Yes.
To apply for a job that you don't have a chance in, obedience. And oh my God.
And God has blessed and ordained every step. And that's what I want to continue to instill in everyone that comes across my path. Just seeing them right where they're at. You don't have to have all this paperwork, have all these credentials to live in your purpose.
No, you don't. And people show us that all the time. Look at all
Mhm.
the Jeff Bezos, like
Mm.
Elon Musk, like all these people that
Yeah.
have these amazing companies that
Michael Korn. Yes. All of them.
they don't have all the credentials that we say that we need to have. It's just the story that we use to paralyze ourselves and to keep ourselves from going to the next level. It's the fear. It's the fear. And if we just
Yeah.
stick to obedience like you did, it'll help us overcome that fear. Just
Mhm.
listen.
Yep.
Wow.
Listen. So I am
Oh my.
excited. I am so excited what this series is going to be. This is just a sneak peek of um what again obedience looks like when we decided to come together and make this happen. I knew that it couldn't just be a sponsorship where you support us and we share, rooms and things like that. We want to share messages, be great messages, be great moments, and we want to just continue to show the world that all things are possible.
Yes, it
All things
is.
are possible.
Yes.
So, Carolyn, I'll give you some final words you want to say, what to look forward to. And I'm just super grateful. Thank you for your yes, for your obedience.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for even giving me the opportunity to be a part of this greatness. So, I like to leave people with a challenge and some reflection. If you're really struggling right now, whether it be in your business or personally, and you're really trying to build and go to the next level, I want you to just take you like a solopreneur day, whether it's 8 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. And I just want you just to sit. I don't want you to say anything. I want you to listen. I want you to listen to your heart and all the things and ideas that are inside of you. And I want you to just write them down. And as you're writing them down, I want you to stop, reflect on it, and then start reading them out loud. And I want you to do this to remind yourself that everything that you need, all the greatness, all the ideas, everything is right there inside of you. So you have to trust when you feel something in your heart and in yourself that you need to do something and take that step forward. But sometimes as women, we don't sit quiet enough to hear anything. And we have to spend that time with ourselves. And I guarantee you're going to get the solutions and the answers that you need to take your leadership, your business to the next level. So, as we're going through this Be Great series, I want to encourage you to do some of the action items that we have at the end of these videos, because it's great to listen, it's great to be inspired, but you have to take action. You have to do the things in order to open up those doors to take you to the next level. So, it is such a pleasure to be able to serve all of the bomb global. I'm gonna get that bomb global. I'm from Texas, so we have some hard time announcing things. To serve this community and to pour into you ladies as you are on this leadership, this entrepreneur journey.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Excellent work. I'm going to take the challenge myself because, you have to be the example. So I will be sitting still and taking a solopreneur day, and I will be jotting my notes down, and I will get back to you, Carolyn, with what I come up with. But I'm super grateful for you. And what I will leave you with is that this is just the beginning, right? If you are, and this is not just for anyone, right? This is not for startups. This is not just for those that are stuck. These are people that can be well advanced, because you know what? We need to be reminded sometimes that sometimes we have to step back because we're doing too much. And there's other areas that we can be great as well. There's everything can be plugged in.
Somebody said something about busy, and it says that if the devil can get you to do wrong, he will distract you with busyness. And I was like,
Yes.
what? And I was like, sure will. And that busyness and just doing things will keep you from actually hearing and seeing clearly. So, yes, even if you're doing all the things, you got to stop for a second. Stop being so
Absolutely.
busy so that you can receive what you need to receive. Yes.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for
Love you over there.
always, always. Yeah, we have to laugh about it sometimes because we don't have there's no sense in complaining, crying. We're about problem solving and putting these solutions out there for you to take. It's up to you to grab it, right? And we're going to keep showing up every time we can to make sure that we deliver these messages, because again, it's only going to help all of us grow, even us as hosts, and delivering the information, because I just know that even in these conversations, we still get these aha moments, right? We still learn something new about each other. And that's why we have to keep talking, keep asking. All the answers are here. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. It's Nicky C and Carolyn B. I love it. Have a great day. And as I always say, make it count.